ended.
And that was the Deep Tone Band giving us some deep tones. Yeah, nice music, beautiful there. What a way to get into the weekend. I like Fridays.
Who doesn't?
I
Is there
love
anybody in this Ghana who doesn't love Fridays? Well,
Yeah, the prelude to the great weekend that we're going to have ahead of us. Welcome to Breakfast Daily. Beautiful morning here in Tessano, number 5, Owula Hanson Lane. My name is David Kwekusechi.
and I'm Frima Edunyame. And you know how we do it on Fridays? Quite easy going,
Yeah.
and today won't be any different. Look,
Yeah.
today even promises to be better because we've got a beautiful lineup coming up. And so you are better off. Stay with us. Don't forget that Breakfast Daily is brought to you by Creamy Plus and Sky Water. What's breakfast without Creamy Plus?
Yeah, and Skywater. Now, want to say a big thank you once again to the pastors of 97.3 Citi FM for making, putting this together. The family consecration service was a beautiful, beautiful one. And thank you to all the patrons, our listeners, our viewers, so many of you for participating, not only in the seasons of prayer, but also on the day in the family consecration service. It was a fantastic one. And to, of course, Winners Chapel Ghana, I want to say a big thank you for the use of the premises and everybody that was involved as well. Big, big, big thank you. The family consecration was really, really wonderful.
And let's just let you know that gradually we are getting closer to the biggest dinner that you can think of. It is the Portrait of Mama dinner.
Yeah.
A portrait of Mama.
It's
When you
gonna
hear
be-
this, what comes to your mind?
Ish.
Motherhood,
Yeah.
Mother's Day,
Yeah.
womanhood. And this is what we are celebrating on the 14th of May. That is
Absolutely.
next week, Sunday. Look, if you don't bring your mother, you are not a good child. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and I say so.
I know, right?
Of course, because for 350 to give your
Yeah.
mom that experience, she doesn't need to ask you.
Yeah.
If you want to score some 3 points with your mother-in-law, this is where you should bring them. Look, let them come and eat good food, dance to amazing music,
Yeah.
and let them forget all their worries, you
Yeah.
know. And look, you're going to be in their good books forever and ever. You know?
Yeah.
And so just make sure that you give us a call on 0205-973-973 and book your spot for Mama and that amazing woman in your life. It's going to be an evening of Ghanaian food, dance, and the celebration of motherhood. And a Portrait of Mama is happening right here at the City Gardens, number 5, Owula Hanson Lane, Tessano, Accra. And the time that we are meeting is 4 p.m. Look, by 4 p.m. the band will be in session and we will be
Yeah.
trying some steps, you
That
know.
will be
And
exciting.
food will come in. Don't also forget that a Portrait of Mama dinner is brought to you proudly by Dano and Tasty Tom.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you see, some of you may have forgotten that it's actually Mother's Day. Yeah, it's Mother's,
It's
Day,
Mother's Day.
that day.
Yeah, on that
And
day.
you have been doing calculations. What can I do for Mother's Day? What can I do for Mother's Day? This is an easy one.
Yeah.
Stop thinking plenty. Call 0205-973-973. We will sort you out and make sure that your present to Mommy on Mother's Day will be mind-blowing. All right? Yeah. Now, don't forget that again, for those of you who get to watch us on GoTV, you're wondering, where are we flipping channels? Hey, it's 117, no longer 182. All right. So DSTV 363, GoTV 117, and HD Plus 108. All right. So 117, don't forget it. We've moved from 182.
And you know, Fridays are the best days, you know, to discuss sports. And the best place for you to be is on Citi 97.3 FM. It
Yeah.
is the Sports Panorama.
Yeah.
Look, when
Yeah.
it comes to Sports Panorama,
Yeah.
you see, it's nice when you are driving through town
Yeah.
with people's speakers blazing, you know, with the whole action happening. And there's so much to talk about. You know, yesterday was an amazing evening. Well, not to the
I
guys
thought
who
you
wear
weren't gonna
red.
bring it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were not going to bring
But
it.
really, they played with Brighton.
Pardon?
Man, you played Brighton
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
Brighton.
Yeah.
How can Brighton score you?
Well, you see, these days, Brighton is a different Brighton. Brighton Hove Albion, they pulled out a last, it's not even a last minute, last second.
Just
shocker.
last.
Yeah. When the goal went in, over. Game was.
Manchester United too. So people still they support Manchester United. I beg advise yourself.
No, but if people are supporting Chelsea, at least Man United is a bit better. Anna.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
anyway, all of them now. The value is the same.
Sorry, but as we are shady people, I hope our day doesn't come over.
I'm not shading anybody. It's a statement of facts.
Okay.
I didn't play the match yesterday. Yeah, as a journalist, we speak to the facts, and that is what happened yesterday. Manchester United guys. Happy again.
Yeah.
All right, so please join Benjamin Nketiah and his team, Susu Graham, Coach Nimley, Pichichi, baby. Pichichi, and of course, Nathan Kwao.
Yeah.
Let's do the needful. Let's dissect the matters. You understand? Anything that you don't understand, that is where you have to be on Sports Panorama.
It's actually the only show that I know in the entire Ghana that can trend on Twitter before the show starts.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, it's the only show that I know. I mean, it's amazing.
Look, we are listening to Sports Panorama, but we do so with drinks, with popcorn, with grills. It's Sports Panorama, man. So at 7, please tune into Citi FM and get an understanding of what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
Time now to look at what's making news.
Yeah. Let's get into the dailies. Yes, I have the daily graphic.
Yes.
And they are near Otiko.
Yeah, His Majesty.
He's pictured here.
Yeah.
With another king.
Royalty meets royalty. Thank
you.
Majesty, he meets his majesty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Asantehene meets King Charles III. And a beautiful photo there. And you can see the two royals in a moment of real, like authentic joy. You can see it. You can feel it in the
And look at their costume.
Yeah. Very, very idiosyncratic of their cultures.
Montessori.
Thank you. Idiosyncratic of their cultures.
No, where's Tajudeen?
Yeah. Oh, Asantimaya, we see the
Asantimaya. At this
point,
point,
in the UK, we see the UK. It's nice.
Tajudeen need to hear the street and get people to spell the word.
Idiosyncratic.
Okay. You should be watching Vox Pop every Thursday and get your spellings right.
Yeah, so stolen identity. Many at risk from SIM card re-registration. We also have Navrongo Central economic potential blighted by poor roads and Galamsey. Now, Apostle Nyamiche chairs Church of Pentecost again. All right, be responsible, stop deforestation, save the environment. That's it for the graphic.
Now we move on to the Ghanaian Times. On the front page, Boko violence, government set to deploy special task force as national security heads to hot spots. Anti-gay coalition backs 7 MPs to sail through primaries. Comes with a photograph of Mr. Moses Fuamwening. Now, revenue mobilization exercise, ECG recovers 3.1 billion Ghana cedis, yet to locate customers owing 1.53 billion cedis. Former NDC communications officer allegedly assaults radio presenter. Now, this happened in the north.
Yeah.
And this is a no-no.
Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable behavior. And these kind of things, the hammer needs to come down really hard to send a signal that it cannot happen and cannot be tolerated. It cannot continue. In any civilized nation like ours should not have these things happening. All right, we already have enough challenges as it is. People can just walk into spaces and just assault people and take, because you don't feel happy, and so that's it, Anyway, we have the Chronicle here, and dismissed police, military officers arrested for dressing in uniform to rob bank customers using tasers and handcuffs. Wow, this story. Well, I mean, you can grab the Chronicle to get into it, but let me just take it out that again. Dismissed police, military officers arrested for dressing in uniform to rob customers using tasers and handcuffs. NPA raises alarm. Don't fill your fuel tanks to the brim. Now, let me just give you a little bit of a background to this particular one here. The idea is simple. When temperatures rise, alcoholic and liquids in general expand, right? So the danger you're having is that you can have an overflow of the fuel, into the engine that can actually cause fire. Now we have this habit in this mindset where you want to buy fuel and you say fill it to the brim, and then for some you know, I don't know who taught us this, but you see that especially taxi drivers doing this all the time. They'll be shaking their car to assay. Let me say it in tree. As I say, few on it doesn't make any sense. That's not how liquid functions, right? You won't feel it anymore. But the filling to the brim is actually a danger to yourself, into your vehicle. So MP is warning us, all right? Vote for Sam George and Co. for Amoenin's anti-gay group speaking. And the scripture for today, Psalm 62, verse 10, don't become rich by extortion and robbery. If your riches increase, don't be proud. All right.
Right now, we move on to the Finder. ECG dig up over 300K illegal connections during 1 month revenue mobilization exercise. This is attributed to the MD, Samuel Dubik Mahama. 4 technical universities receive hospitality training equipment worth 900,000 Ghana cedis. Filling vehicle fuel tanks to the brim is dangerous, and David just spoke about that as well. South Dai NDC primaries, Dafia Mekpo Ofusu in tight race.
Yeah. Now, the new Weekend Crusading Guide has these headlines. Boko Crisis plans to deploy special task force to hotspots underway. Now, filling fuel tanks to the brim is dangerous. NPA cautions motorists. We admire your hard work, humility, and sincerity. For regional executives, hail Joe Garte. And the National Cathedral Secretariat tackles critics. Okay.
Now, the Republic Press, OSP holds from Pont Boateng over Galamsey report. Otunfo meets King Charles. Adan residents bear teeth at Magdan Mofa to regulate developed tree crop production in Ghana. This is the Agric Minister speaking.
All right, I have a couple more papers here. The Informer says, gay groups infiltrate parliament, sponsor presidential and parliament aspirants. That headline, among others, on the front page of the Informer. Yeah, you can do that.
Now with the Inquisitor. Food supplies to SHSs, there are issues still. Some has raised alarm. NDC's Baba Sadiq in false start over Kaikwe Central seat. Over 100 NPP MPs want VP as flag bearer, does Dr. Baumia as flag bearer, and this is Farouk Mahama saying so. Approving 7 loans in a day will make Guinness Book of Records. This is Minority speaking.
All right. I have the BNFT, and let me give you the big one here. It says, investor demand for T-bills exceed target by 12.39 billion Ghana cedis. One more here. FY22, EcoBank returns to summit as biggest bank. Total assets up 44% to 26 billion Ghana cedis. Now, these and other headlines on the front page of the BNFT.
Right. And so that